What's up, guys? Fishing with Ben back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 pre-spawn baits to use. Oh wait, we already talked about that. I already made a video on that. If you haven't seen that video, after you're done watching this video, you can go back to my channel and watch the top 5 pre-spawn baits to use. So we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the top 5 spawn baits to use, because it goes pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn. It's a lot of spawn in it, but that was a pretty good song. Pre-spawn, blah, blah, blah. Pre-spawn, spawns, post-spawn. Alright, anyways, back to what we're doing. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the top 5 spawn baits to use. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Alright, so back when I was a beginner, I loved spawn fishing. Now, we like to exaggerate on this channel, so I caught like a 12-incher that was probably 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pounds. Probably only like a half a pound, but we like to exaggerate on this channel. So it was 1.5 pounds. It was chunky and full of eggs. It was ready to spawn. Now, since I'm done telling that story, let's talk about the top 5 spawn baits to use. Let's get into it. Now, the first spawn bait on our list is some kind of creature or crawfish bait. Now, shout out to all the companies that make this natural crawl color. Absolutely looks great. But this will imitate a crawfish. If you put it on a bed, imitate a crawfish eating eggs. And you're probably thinking, oh, I don't even know if crawfish eat eggs. I did my research. The crawfish do eat eggs from the bass or beluga. So, but when you put this on a bed, the bass are going to want to protect their young, so they're going to end up eating this. Now, the natural color is good, but what's better than the natural color is white. White, you can put that thing on a bed. You can watch the bass eat it. It's just so cool to watch the bass eat the crawfish. But now, on to the next bait. The next bait is a wacky rig, or a Neko rig. So this allows, when it's wacky rigged, it allows the bait to go down slowly onto the bed. Because sometimes when it goes onto the bed fast, it scares off the bass, and then you don't have a bass to catch. But there'll probably be others, but you don't have that bass to catch. That's one more bass that you could have that day, but you scared it off. So the wacky rigs allows it to go down slowly. And just look at that action of this long daddy right here, or the worm. This action going down there, and then it just kind of sits down there on that bed, and it almost acts like another little fish, like another little minnow, because it has that kind of color. But it acts like another fish eating the bass's eggs. So the bass is more than likely gonna try to protect their young and eat this. Now, another like I said, another way to rig it is a Neko rig. So see those little weights? So you put that little weight in there, and then when you throw it in the water and you want to put it on a bed, it goes down like this, because the weight's up here, but it almost looks like a fish going down to eat the eggs. And then if you just give little twitches on your rod, it almost looks like it's hopping one egg and eating eggs. Like hopping to another egg and then eating the egg. Alright. The next bait we use almost all year round, is pretty much good for all the spawn, pre-spawn, and post-spawn, is a square bill. Now, unlike a wacky rig, you can cover a lot more water with this square bill here. Also, when say you're running up shallow and you have a bed right in front of you, it wobbles in the water, and then if you get on that bed and it just wobbles back and forth, and that bill dives into where the eggs are, more than likely the bass is going to eat it, because again, it thinks it's a little, like this one, thinks like a little crawfish is eating it, or like this one, like a little minnow is eating it. So more than likely, this is going to get eaten. Now, even though it has treble hooks, it can cover a lot more water faster, and it can also bounce off of rocks and get down to those depths if the bass are just a little bit finicky and there's some bass and you don't see any bass on beds. That's just if there's a coincidence. Sorry about that. But sorry, I forgot one. The 1, 2, 3, 4th bait, had to recount, is a swim bait. Now, I like this because see that little weight there? It's like a cylinder. That almost acts like the head of the swim bait. So when that thing goes down on a bed, and if the eggs are right here, it goes down there. And then if you just again twitch your rod, it almost looks like it's like a little minnow eating the eggs. So more than likely, the bass are going to protect their young, like I've been saying this whole thing, and they're going to end up eating this. Now, I do like the open face one because if you don't have a good hookup ratio, this one will end up more than likely hooking them more than a Texas rig. Now, the last and final bait on our list is a jerk bait. Now, you can fish this deep in the water column, high in the water column, slow, fast. There's just so many options that you can fix or fish this jerk bait. Also, the color, the minnow color, making that I like this color. It just gives a real impression of the crankbait better than some of the other colors that I have in my tackle box, but the minnow color just makes it pop just a little bit more. But this, when you find out where the fish are, that's going to alert you to see, first of all, what kind of spawn they're in, if they're in pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, but also it's going to tell you where more than likely the fish are stacked up. So those are the top 5 spawn baits that I would use during spawn, and I hope you go out and use some of these spawn baits, catch some spawn or bass that are in the spawn or already spawned. But the next video coming out, we should be talking about post spawn, and then in between there, we should be able to get outside, hopefully catch some bass, some nice ones, some chunky ones, some thick ones. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. About the top 5 pre-spawn baits to use if you're still in pre-spawn, or if you just want to learn some more knowledge about pre-spawn, you can go watch the video afterwards. Help out the channel if you leave a like and subscribe. But let's get into it. Ah man, see like that. Alright, cut that.